Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to Bald Father Bets. Taking a look at our college football week 1 Friday games today, give you a quick recap of how we did yesterday. But first, quickly, please, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, notifications on, so you get our community posts. You know, when we post videos, sometimes it can be pretty quick leading up to kickoff, depending on how long we need to make a read on a game. And then just support the channel. Like, share, comment on this video. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Let me know if there's any games you're picking that we missed. Just give me your thoughts on my picks. Give me your thoughts on your picks. Love the interaction with you guys. We'll always keep these picks free. Just want to grow the channel. This is a lot of fun for me. And the more interaction we have, the better it is. So recap of yesterday, we had USF plus 7.5. Obviously that cash, they won the game 31-7. A lot of kind of what we expected there, that the Boise State offense, even though they returned like everybody other than Jeanty, it cannot be stated how much value Jeanty had in that offense. You can kind of see it with the Raiders so far in preseason. He's a generational talent, and for a team like a Boise State, he's like a once in a century talent for a team like that. Super cool that he never transferred out of there and he stayed with them. But now you're seeing some of the effects of them losing him. Now that we've moved on into this next year. Also, as that game got into the second half, another thing that we talked about, team from up north traveling down to Florida in the early September window. Boise State was out of gas. If you're not someone who travels a lot, when you go to new environments weather-wise, it takes you quite a while to fully adjust. If you're someone who lives in Arizona and you go up to Canada during the middle of the winter, if you're someone who lives in Michigan and you go down to Miami in the middle of the summer, your body's just not used to it. It's something that I think a lot of people take for granted when it comes to road games. You see the Buffalo Bills struggle when they played the Dolphins early on in the season. Patriots used to struggle when they went down and played the Dolphins early in the season. It's just a thing that happens. And then in the second game, we had Cincinnati plus 7. Yeah, plus 7. Either way, that one hit as well. So 2 units on that first one with USF. Got the 1 unit on Cincinnati, so 3-0. Yesterday, the Cincinnati-Nebraska game went kind of as we expected, was on College Football Sam Wednesday night, talking about that one. And I said Nebraska's going to win, but all the fans are going to leave the stadium going, ooh, maybe we should pump the brakes on our playoff predictions for this year. Cincinnati, you could see what they had established within the run game. If they had any sort of passing attack whatsoever, they'd probably pull out that win. But a good win for Nebraska nonetheless. But good for us, 3-0 on Thursday, and now we head into Friday. So two games. I'm going to preface this by saying neither of these are strong picks. We don't do half units or anything like that here, but if we did, these would be more in that half unit type category. Both of these games are toss-ups as it comes to the spread. I don't think one of them is a toss-up as it comes to who's going to win, but both of them are toss-ups as it comes to the spread. So we'll start with the first one. We have Baylor plus 2.5 against Auburn. A lot of stuff out of Auburn's camp is essentially that Jackson Arnold hasn't necessarily shown that he's taken that next step. Jackson Arnold has a lot of talent. You can see it on a lot of the throws that he made with OU last year. But he is very turnover prone. And it's been to the point to where Auburn said, hey, we may even play all 3 quarterbacks. Now there's a chance Deuce Knight comes in and he's everything he's supposed to be as a freshman, but he's also a true freshman. They're on the road against Baylor. Sawyer Robinson is a little bit underrated, I think. Underrated, overrated. What are they rated? But he's undervalued as a quarterback. So, I mean, Baylor absolutely has the quarterback edge here. Auburn, though, is much more stacked in terms of a roster. Like Auburn's like a top 15 team talent composite roster here. So there's a world where they get okay QB play out of Jackson Arnold, and Auburn just blows Baylor out of the water because line of scrimmage-wise, Baylor can't compete. Baylor has no chance of competing with Eric Singleton and Cam Coleman on the outside. I mean, Auburn has one of the deepest wide receiver rooms and one of the best wide receiver talents in the country. So there's a world here where Auburn comes in and just blows them out. But in a situation, and some of the stuff that we've heard out of Auburn in terms of camp intel, we're going to take the plus 2.5 with Baylor, 1 unit. Again, if you were to drop that down personally, if you were to not bet it at all, I wouldn't. You'd get agreement out of me, because again, that's a complete toss-up. Baylor could win that game by 7 points. Auburn could win that game by 45 points, and neither of those two things would surprise me whatsoever. Well, 45 would surprise me. 21 points. So then in the next game, Georgia Tech and Colorado. I'm a big fan of Georgia Tech. So I think I've been very full disclosure with everyone on this channel so far. I'm a big Detroit Lions fan. When I moved to the United States, I moved to Detroit, so grew up a Lions fan. I went to the University of Texas for my bachelor's degree. I'm a big Texas fan, and I got my master's at Georgia Tech, so I also root for Georgia Tech. I do expect Georgia Tech to have a good year this year. However, this line doesn't make any sense to me, and when lines don't make sense to me, I tend to go with the side that doesn't make sense. We're taking Colorado plus the 4.5 here. Colorado, from an overall talent standpoint, is with Georgia Tech or maybe a little bit over. I like what they did at QB. I like what they brought in the portal. Obviously, I like signing Juju Lewis. I like that they're not forcing Juju to start. I'm a little concerned that Deion hasn't been with the team, like essentially all offseason. But again, game in Colorado, Friday night game, that place is buzzing anytime Deion's there. Line just doesn't compute. Georgia Tech should be favored by a touchdown or maybe even a little bit more. So when I see 4.5, I'm like, that doesn't really make sense to me. So we're taking Colorado plus the 4.5. Again, I would not be surprised if Georgia Tech wins this game by 14 points. I would be surprised if Colorado wins. But I think there's a very good chance that Georgia Tech wins this one by 3, 4, something like that. So we're going to take Colorado plus the 4.5. We're going to do it for 1 unit. Again, if you were to say I'm dropping that, or if you were to say I'm not betting Friday night at all, I wouldn't hold it against you. Both these games are toss-ups. Anyone who tells you they know how these games are going to go spread-wise, Auburn, Baylor, anyone who tells you they know who's going to win, they're lying. Anyone who tells you they know how this game's going to go spread-wise, Georgia Tech, Colorado, they're lying. I think there's some decent confidence that Georgia Tech will pull out a win, just given that Haynes King is healthy week 1, and then the way that Georgia Tech wins games with essentially a pseudo triple option, which is kind of funny because they went away from the triple option, and then now in their best team, the way that they're winning is they have a QB who the best thing to do with it is essentially run a pseudo triple option, but in an RPO modern style. It's kind of cool. So yeah, that's what we got for the 2 Friday night picks, both 1 unit. This is to have something to have fun with on Friday. We're not confident in either of these. Getting ready to leave right now for Columbus, heading out, about ready to drive up there, going to the Texas-Ohio State game, as I told you guys already. We'll get the Saturday video to you before I start whatever my shenanigans are. So that will either be crazy early Saturday morning, or I'll get it to you later tonight, probably after we go out and have dinner in Columbus. But anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Let's try and continue our streak after Thursday. Can't wait for the season. Can't wait for this weekend. Everyone enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday night. Stay safe out there and have a great time.